Good morning. Happy Saturday. And Merry Christmas. Once every 7 years, Christmas morning falls on a Saturday morning. It's a convergence. It's a very happy time. Here in my childhood bedroom in Victoria, I have no cartoons, so I've been relying on my childhood shelf of favorite childhood books instead. Listen to this. "I think," said the little queen, smiling, "that your friend must be the richest man in all the world." "I am," returned the scarecrow, "but not on account of my money, for I consider brains far superior to money in every way. You may have noticed that if one has money without brains, he cannot use it to advantage. But if one has brains without money, they will enable him to live comfortably to the end of his days." "At the same time," declared the Tin Woodman, "you must acknowledge that a good heart is a thing that brains cannot create, and that money cannot buy. Perhaps, after all, it is I who am the richest man in all the world." "You are both rich, my friends," said Ozma gently, "and your riches are the only riches worth having. The riches of content." Now, I'm actually unsure what L. Frank Baum is saying here, because he could be saying the riches of content, as in the riches of contentment, which is, paraphrasing the Korah, he is rich who is content. But this could be a different word depending on the pronunciation. He could be saying the riches of content, as in the content of one's heart, one's brain, one's soul. The riches of content, the riches of content. It is ambiguous to me, and I would invite opinions on the matter. Anyway, here we are on Saturday morning. Time for some cereal, and my cereal today is Sugar Cookie Toast Crunch. I'm so glad that someone thought of this. Let's give it a try. If sugar has an aroma, and I'm becoming convinced that it does, then this exudes it. Yeah. Oh, they've got these chemical flavors down to a science. Oat milk for health. And away we go. Mmm. 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 It's candy, not food. Let's be very clear about that. But these thin wafers, almost like thin, slightly more flexible Triscuits, if you will, are very satisfying to crunch. They're not too brittle. They've got a nice, firm feeling against the teeth as you go along, and the sweetness is released as you chew. It's actually quite lovely. Mmm. I can imagine these working quite nicely sprinkled onto ice cream. Also quite nicely sprinkled onto cornflakes, to give your cornflakes a little Christmas morning pep. I really like this stuff. I'm going to give it a hearty recommendation on this Christmas Saturday morning. Merry Christmas, one and all, and I'll see you next Saturday for yet another cereal here on the West Coast.